Welcome to another edition of The Ride Home with John and Kathy, live from the Salem-Pittsburgh studios. And now here are your hosts, John Hall and Kathy Emmons.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for coming along today. Beautiful day here in the city of Pittsburgh.
And there's applause in the studio.
Holy heck, man.
I love that.
We're hitting it just in perfect timing.
We're at 7 Parkway Center, high above, and I'm looking out the window.
At the water tower.
No, I can't see the water tower. But do you see that nice little autumnal scenery out there,
yes,
Scott?
Yeah, very lovely, yes.
Yeah, I'm directing Scott Wilder. He's sitting next to me. His attention to it. He's from Dallas. You probably don't get to see this type of autumnal thing.
I told you
and
off the air.
it's not great here right now. Like in a week, it's going to be spectacular.
Well, I try to say off the air that, there's no real autumn in Texas. I mean, it's...
None. Trees don't change color.
It's like November 17th. That's the day. The breeze blows through, the leaves all change, they fall to the ground, that's it. We're time for winter.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. So whenever I come out, when I go to different places, I always wonder, do the people that see this all the time, do they really understand how cool this is?
Oh,
and
they do.
How great it is.
Everybody loves it, believe
beautiful
me.
it is.
Yeah, I think so.
And I love Texas. I'm a native Texan, so I love Texas for all our ugliness and all that. It's flat and it's hot in summer, and we say, please visit Texas, but don't come between May and September because it's just, you'll never want to come back. It's just ridiculous. It's just crazy. And but I come here and I see the beautiful stuff, and even I've been here when it's snowing, and I think, oh my goodness, this is so pretty.
Remember that night we had you
I know what you're going to say.
up on Mount Washington.
And you didn't
It
have
was
a
in
coat on.
December. You didn't even own it.
I didn't own a coat.
I
didn't own a coat. We don't
It was
need a
like
coat.
7.
It was
so cold.
Yeah.
cold.
Well, let's go look at the
Ridiculous.
city.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
and
beautiful.
Then
Leave
we're
me in the
like,
car.
how about we go on the incline?
No, it was
Remember
just
we
too
did
much.
that? We
man.
went down and
The windows cracked a little. That's
it
fine.
was so bad, and I've been to a Steelers game when it was like 10. It was like 10 degrees with a 30-mile-an-hour north wind around my face, and I looked like I was wearing like a fleece burqa. I mean, you could only see my eyes.
Right.
It was ridiculous. I mean, we're just not built like that. We don't have coat rooms and mud rooms. We don't have any of that stuff.
Yeah, but if you went to outer
Our homes or
space,
schools.
you would be equipped to go to outer space. You come to Pittsburgh, you would think you would have a coat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
But it's in fact one time when I came, Lauren and I came, somebody said, "Oh, we're kind of surprised that you had a coat," and I said, actually, I just bought this for this trip. I didn't own a coat.
that was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I didn't even own a coat.
But you didn't bring it back.
Right.
All right, that's the year we did the Christmas market, and you were all proud of yourself that you had a coat on.
That's right. Look, I got a coat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
So to answer your question, though, if you would ask the majority of people who live here what their favorite season is,
They would say
they
fall.
would all say fall.
Yeah, autumn is so good, so pretty. It's so you have the anticipation of Christmas. I personally prefer. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of the year. The food, the football, the fun, the family, all that kind of stuff. I love that stuff. Christmas is fine. It's just kind of it's a bigger thing.
A lot
And
of
when
work.
Christmas is over, there's a big thud, that happens. So Thanksgiving is such a great time of year.
Perfect.
This is the perfect time of year, and so I'm excited to be with you guys. It's our last day. Last day I'm here, and last day I'm going to talk to anybody.
You mean
about
that?
this? Yeah.
Last day.
This is the last day.
All right. Scott
I'm not
Waddle's
coming
with
back.
us.
I'll come
Preborn.
back later, but not.
We're talking about
For other-
babies today.
Yeah.
Ultrasound.
Can we put him at the top of Mount Washington this Christmas as
Good
well?
grief. That's right. I'm coming back in December for something else.
Very nice.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so Scott, let's cut to the chase here.
Yeah.
Talk to us about Preborn.
Yeah, real quick.
What it's about, why you're here.
Preborn, today's the last day. Heard about it yesterday, thought about it, prayed about it, talked about it. Today, we're providing ultrasounds for girls and women, give them the truth as they are contemplating, what they're going to do with their pregnancy. Don't sort of dust your hands off and say time for a victory lap because of what happened to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, it is not done. Just as many girls and women will get pregnant and be making a choice, and they do have the choice. It's their right by law. And the question is, will it be an informed choice? And so we're providing that for free to girls and women. And all you have to do is call and say, I want to be a part of it. We had a lot of people who have done it so far today.
Fabulous.
And we save 100 babies today. That'd be fantastic in our brief time together. The phone number is 833-850-2229, 833-850-2229, or online at wordfm.com. I'm looking at, we've heard from, is that right?
Venetia.
Sure. It is. Yeah, we've heard from Finleyville and Apollo and Springdale and Pittsburgh, Newcastle, Butler.
Fabulous.
PA, Monroeville, all around. Bentleyville, Greensburg, Wexford.
Excellent. Okay, now when you say we're saving a baby's life, what does that mean exactly?
Well, a girl has the right to choose one way or the other. And when she sees her baby on the ultrasound, something happens. I mean, it just changes.
Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned the immediately obvious to the most casual observer. I mean, it really is immediately obvious to the most casual observer that's a baby. Mm-hmm. And then she makes her, and it's the reason it's so powerful, the ultrasound, is because the ultrasound is the truth. And the reason the truth is so powerful is because the lie that it's not a baby has been so pervasive. Mm-hmm. Everybody thinks it's. We had one young girl, she said, I knew what an abortion was, but I never really knew what an abortion was. Isn't that the truth?
That sure is, right?
Sure.
Isn't that the truth?
Right.
And so that's what we're doing today, because it's up to the girl, it's up to the woman to decide what she's going to do. All we want to do is provide the ultrasounds, pray for them, introduce them to Jesus if they're open to that, and let the Lord do what he's going to do.
Okay, so if a woman's pregnant and she goes to Planned Parenthood, she doesn't get an ultrasound?
She can't even buy an ultrasound. They won't give it to her for free, and the reason why is...
It's too persuasive.
Well, the thing is that even the folks at what they say is it's coercive. They say it is coercive.
The truth is coercive.
And we say it's education.
That's right. It's coercive.
It's information.
It's coercive to show the truth about what's about to happen. I remember a young girl that had left. She was about to leave a preborn center, and she was about to go to get an abortion. And she'd gotten the ultrasound, and she said, "Could you just tell me this? Is it going to feel pain?"
The baby.
Yeah.
Or it.
I know. She's still thinking it at that moment. I said, yes. Yeah, absolutely. It will feel pain. Baby will feel pain. And she said, can they give it something so that it won't feel pain? So that's a girl who understands it's a baby. Mm-hmm. And so we pray with them. We do provide the free ultrasound. Before that, provide a free pregnancy test for girls who don't know if they're even pregnant. And once they see that heartbeat, or hear the heartbeat, see the baby, everything changes. And so that's what we're doing today. It's day 2 of 2. It's the last day. I'm not going to be back. We're not going to talk about this on this show beyond today. This is the last day on this show to talk about preborn. 833-850-2229 is the number, 833-850-2229, or online at wordfm.com.
Very nice. Let's save some babies' lives today. Hunter, jump on and join us. wordfm.com or 833-850-BABY. Preborn.
101.5 WORD.
I'm Alan Jackson, and I have the privilege of joining you each day to open the Word of God and ask for His input. And I'm convinced the challenges we face in today's world are more spiritual than they are political or economic. Exploring God's Word together is refreshing. It equips us for everything that comes our way. Join me, and let's see what God has in store for us today.
A fresh look at Scripture, weekday mornings at 9:30. Alan Jackson Ministries on 101.5 WORD.
If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in taxes, please listen to this important message. The IRS is aggressively hiring and quickly ramping up their tax collection team. Act now and protect yourself with a call to Tax Alliance. Don't let the money you owe the IRS keep you up at night and ruin your life. You may be surprised at how much having Tax Alliance on your side can protect you from the IRS collections and help you save thousands on what you owe. Here's what a customer had to say.
Tax Alliance did an amazing job helping me through a quite difficult situation, saving me tens and thousands of dollars that I would have been paying for many years to come.
Tax Alliance is rated A+ with a Better Business Bureau with no consumer complaints. If you owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes, have unfiled returns, or have a payment plan and are still frustrated, call Tax Alliance now for a free consultation. 800-987-1054. 800-987-1054. That's 800-987-1054.
Tax Alliance, your tax resolution solution.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuit seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-860-3973. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-860-3973. That's 800-860-3973. Again, 800-860-3973.
Train up a child in the way they should go. Well, you know the rest. It's a calling you take very seriously as a Christian parent. And Trinity Christian School in Forest Hills seeks to honor your commitment by working together with parents to prepare students who are academically sound and spiritually ready to take their place in the world through a classical approach to education that helps build a faith from which they will never depart. Trinity Christian School, one of the top K-12 schools in Allegheny County, at trinitychristian.net.
Pregnancy care centers, they're the backbone of life for young women who are deciding, whether or not they should have a baby, save a baby. Look, I'm not in that position. It's not who I've been part of, but I can imagine the turmoil that goes on. Mm-hmm. This happens every day across the United States. We thought politics was going to solve it. It's not going to solve it.
No,
it's a heart issue.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just not going to solve it. And I mentioned before about no judgment. By the way, the phone number, it's our last day. And the phone number is 833-850-2229. Going to save at least 150 babies this afternoon if we could.
833-850-BABY.
That's right. 833-850-BABY or 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com.
Last day.
Last day. Absolute last day. Not back. I won't be back again for this. Let me let you hear from Heidi, though. Heidi is a center director. And she talks about how we say, we put an arm around the shoulder rather than wag a finger in somebody's face. No judgment. Listen to what Heidi says.
Just like the woman at the well, Jesus pursued that woman and showed grace and compassion to her in the midst of her sin. And that's what pregnancy centers are about. We're not about shaming them in the midst of the place that they are. We are about coming around them to offering a listening ear, to offer encouragement, and to offer support. And we prove that by if a woman looks at us and says, you know what, I'm going to move forward with this abortion choice, we say, you know what, here's some information. If you down the road after you've had your abortion, if you are in need of care or a listening ear, or you need to go through post-abortive care counseling, we are here for you. We want you to know that we will still support you even after you've made that decision, and we want to love you through that. So, it is not about shaking a finger at a woman. It is not about shaming her. It is about being the voice of truth and love and grace in the midst of that situation. And that's what we're about.
That's what we're about. That's what you could be about too today on our last day. 833-850-2229 is 833-850-BABY. Or online at wordfm.com. Lisa in Springdale said, I want to save some babies, and she called and did that. Norma in Pittsburgh, $140, saves 5 babies. Thank you, Norma. James in Venetia said, I want to save 50 babies at $1,400. So we're going to save at least 100 more babies this afternoon. But James, thank you. Denise, also Cheryl, Lisa, Norma, Jeff. Last day. And we invite you to do it with us today. So excited about the opportunity just to stand for life in the single most effective way. Growing up, I think growing up, if you grew up in the pro-life community, and I did, I'm 60, and in 1973, I was there, in Dallas. Dallas was where the issue began, Roe versus Wade. And I think for a lot of us, it always felt like there's all this stuff that you can do, but there's none of it that I feel great about. Mm-hmm. I'm not really made to yell at anybody. Mm-hmm. I don't want to yell at somebody who's going through something tough. I don't want to shame somebody. I don't want to, don't you know what you're about to? That never seemed compelling to me, to raise a voice to somebody who's desperate and is going through something like that. Now, the other side is, well, I didn't have a lot of money. I couldn't go to Washington and march and do any of that stuff. And Preborn, beginning 16 years ago, just started quietly, peacefully, prayerfully providing ultrasounds for girls for free. And that's what we have a chance to do together today. And gosh, it is the single most effective thing you can do to stand for life. If you've ever said, I am pro-life, this is where the doing is a great opportunity for you.
It's a simple thing.
It's so easy. It's almost free. Yeah. And you know it's effective more than 83% of the time. It results in a choice for life.
Wait, a young woman goes into a life center and she's pregnant. 83% of the time she's going to have that baby.
More than 83% of the time she will choose life.
Wow, fabulous.
So really it's just it's a wonderful chance to make a real difference at a time when this young woman needs the truth the most. The whole society, all of society is pushing her in another direction. And we have the chance just to say, just pause for a second. Take a deep breath. If you'd like a free ultrasound, we'll give you a free ultrasound. All the while, we're also offering to tell her about the gospel and all the other things you'd want as a Christian in a group that's making a difference for time and also for eternity.
Fabulous. It's our final day with Scott Wilder on the air from Preborn. So won't you pick up your phone and join us right now at 833-850-BABY. That's 833-850-2229. One ultrasound is $28. So where are you on that spectrum? Perhaps you can do one baby or two babies or three babies. It's up between you and God, right? I'm not going to tell you what to do here. The opportunity exists, though, for us to provide life for people who are in turmoil. A woman walking in saying, I've already got 2 kids. I've got 3 kids. I'm going to stop. This is not the time for me to have a baby right now. And of course, Scott says, it's so simple. You hear a baby's heartbeat. You see an image of the baby inside the womb of the young woman's stomach. 83% of the time, Scott, you're not going to have an abortion. So won't you join us today? Final day, wordfm.com. If you want to go there online, take you about 90 seconds to fill out a form, or you want to talk to somebody and do it that way. Whatever it is you do something today. Don't think, somebody else will pick this up. This is not. Let it be you. Please won't you join us at 833-850-2229. I hear it.
Yeah, you hear the baby's heartbeat in the background. When you can hear that heartbeat, when a young woman hears the heartbeat, when she sees that baby on the ultrasound screen, she knows that she knows that she knows that that's a baby. I remember one young lady said, you know what? Once I heard it, it didn't matter what anyone else said. Nothing else mattered to me. After I saw my baby, nothing else mattered. And so today, you have a chance to give her that experience, give her the first picture she's ever going to have of her baby. It'll be the one she carries around on her cell phone. I mean, the old days, we put them on the refrigerator, and now they're on your cell phone. She'll be the one she'll carry around. You're giving her that very first picture. And I would offer all the pictures that follow in so many ways can be attributed to you providing the very first picture she's ever going to have of her baby.
833-850-BABY, 833-850-2229. Our final day with Scott Wilder.
I was thinking as you were talking, Scott, about how different women respond different. I mean, everybody responds a different way. So it's not predictive of, that everybody's going to respond. I remember when I had my first daughter, I had a very long labor. And I hadn't had sleep for a couple days by the time she was born. Anyway, they put the baby on me, and I never cried or thought, isn't she beautiful? I seriously thought, what am I going to do with that baby? Because I was so exhausted at that point. And I felt guilty about that for years. That the first time I saw her, I wasn't filled with what I thought was like the
joy,
the Madonna and child thing, where like I must be a bad mother, that I didn't feel that way. But now that I have a little more distance from it, and I've gotten to know my 23-year-old daughter very well at this point, and I've gotten some sleep, it did help me to realize, though, that whether it's hormones or it's exhaustion or it's family dynamic or whatever it is, some people are going to see that ultrasound and they're not going to burst into tears and say, oh my gosh, it's a baby. Some people are going to look at it and panic. Some people are going to look at it and think, I am never going to have enough money for this, or I'm going to be alone. Like, it's just very complicated.
Sure.
But the bottom line is the more information you get, the better. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that it needs to produce a certain emotional response.
Sure.
It's just that the more information we give somebody, the kinder we're being to them.
Well, and all those different reactions that you described, and I understand all of those, they all result from seeing the truth, which is that it is a baby. And that really is the point. At that moment, it is known that that is a baby. And now at least we can make decisions based on the truth. And the results speak for themselves more than 83% of the time. That choice is for life. It doesn't mean necessarily she has to raise the child. I mean, she could put the child up for adoption. I have 2 adopted nieces. I mean, I remember somebody was saying, actually, as we were at the courthouse, we were all there as a family for the final thing where the gavel comes down and this baby is now yours and all that. Cool. And I remember somebody in our family kind of leaned over and said, "Isn't it tough that some mothers don't want their babies?" And I said, I think that every now and then, but not today, because today it means my brother and his wife, who couldn't have children, will be great parents. And so the bottom line is preborn can help in so many different ways. The services they provide, free ultrasounds, free diapers, strollers, cribs, formula, baby wipes, all that stuff. And of course, even to be a liaison for an adoption, if that's what the young girl wants to do.
Somebody to be there when a girl sees the ultrasound.
Well, there's no question about that.
Right, because like I said, it's a complicated moment, and she's not there alone.
Yeah, the bonding that takes place for a woman when she sees that's an epiphany, right? She's been told all this time it's not a baby, and when she sees it is a baby, and she may be thinking, who's going to be my birthing coach? Who's going to be there for me? And so many times, those are people from the Preborn Center. That's why it is a 2-year-long mentoring process that includes so much more than just that one moment that life is chosen. It is everything that you'd want to be a part of today. And to think that you could do it for $28 or $2,800 if you want to save 100 babies, or $1,400 if you want to save 50 babies, or an ultrasound machine. Make that the legacy for your family or for your business. An ultrasound machine that can save over the next 10 years thousands, literally thousands of babies' lives can be saved if you should give an ultrasound machine today. So whether it's one time, a monthly gift, save 100 babies, 10 babies, 5 babies, or thousands of babies, the number this on our last day is 833-850-2229. This is my last day with you. Our last day we're talking about this on this show for Preborn. This is it. I don't think the people of God need to be beaten up about this.
No.
You already know what you think about it. You're either going to do it or you're not. You're going to be a part of the group that a year from now we can say, we saved 500 babies. There are 500 babies alive today under the age of 1 because of what we did last year at this time. I mean, that's true for last year.
Yep.
This has been sort of a Word FM family tradition. If it's this time of year and the leaves are changing, we're saving babies by providing ultrasounds. So the question is, how many will you save today on our last day? 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com.
Very nice. Yeah, you're either going to do it or not. It's pretty simple, right? You either get it or not, and you can save a life. $28 or more, you decide. 833-850-BABY or wordfm.com. Last day, please join us.
This is Kathy Emmons. John and I are grateful for the encouragement we have from all of our advertisers, and especially our friends at Grove City College. Thanks to everyone at Grove City for supporting The Ride Home.
Hi, I'm Al Abaroa, founder of Knight Strategic Wealth. Inflation is a problem, markets are volatile, and the risk of running out of money in retirement is real. That's why I love annuities, and you should too. Your financial advisor doesn't want you to know that with our annuity strategy, when the stock market goes up, you earn a market-linked return that locks in every year, and when the stock market goes down, your annuity won't lose a dime. There are no unnecessary fees, and it works for your investments, money at a brokerage firm, or even money at a bank. It's simple, it's safe, and you should only invest if you learn the facts, and that's why savvy investors work with us. Want to learn more? Text FREE to 833-898-0500 and we'll send our retirement readiness kit directly to your phone right now. If you want to use safe, low-fee annuities to build a retirement portfolio that will go up with the market and never lose money, get our retirement readiness kit today and see how this strategy can help secure your future. Text FREE to 833-898-0500. Text FREE to 833-898-0500.
Bachman's Roofing and Solar is your local award-winning roofer. Stop waiting. It's time to inspect your roof and protect your home's #1 asset. With no interest and no payment financing for 12 months, Bachman's Roofing is your easy choice for roofing, gutters, and solar. Did you know Bachman's Roofing is one of the #1 GAF solar integrated roofing installers in the USA? Go with Bachman's. Go with solar and install the roof that pays for itself. Call 412-744-8390 or visit bachmansroofing.com.
Get smarter every day at Ozzy.com. Try a new news site that tells you about the most interesting people, places, and ideas. Discover the next Obama or maybe the next LeBron James. Try OZY.com right now. Ozzy, it's like a latte for your mind. Get some.
This is Tim Seckler inviting you to tune in each and every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here on Word FM 101.5 for the Life and Legacy Show, sponsored by my law firm, the Seckler Law Firm. Each week, we'll talk about your family's well-being as it relates to elder law, nursing home stays, estate planning, and keeping your hard-earned savings. And if you missed the Life and Legacy Show, you will find it archived at secklerlawfirm.com. See you Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here on Word FM 101.5 for the Life and Legacy Show.
We are everywhere on your radio at 101.5 WORD FM Pittsburgh, at wordfm.com, the Word FM mobile app, iHeart, TuneIn, and Odyssey.
We depend on our drinking water supply daily, but where does that water come from? Your water provider encourages you to get to know your local water source so together we can protect and preserve it. The investments we make as a community to protect our water source now ensure we have a sustainable drinking water supply for the future. Visit drinktap.org to learn more. This message is brought to you by the American Water Works Association and your local water provider.
Patchy clouds expected for tonight. Will reach a nighttime low of 41. Times of sun and clouds tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 61. Partly cloudy tomorrow night with a low of 45. Saturday, expect some sunshine, then turning cloudy and breezy. We'll start off the weekend with a high of 67. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm forecaster Drew Shannon.
Okay, so here we are in the thick of the political season. You may have seen these ads. Somebody's running an ad, and the voiceover, of course, always very dire, saying this guy doesn't want there to be abortions, and then it splashes across the screen radical ideology that life begins at conception. That's what they're saying. Life begins at conception is radical. Now, in our parents' age. Right? That wasn't radical, was it? So sometimes the more information we gather, the less we become separated from the truth. Or the more we become separated from
I told you yesterday about the eagle's nest near my house.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody was arguing, well, those are really, that's an unviable tissue mass in that egg. It's not a bald eagle.
They put up giant fences
of course
to
it's
protect
a bald
the viable mass.
Of course it's a bald eagle. It's always been a bald eagle. From the moment of conception, it was a bald eagle.
Right.
Yeah, when it cracks open, don't be surprised. It's going to be a bald eagle, and the same thing with children. So
is that radical?
Sadly, these days, it does seem radical. I think what's radical is to deny women the truth as they undergo a procedure that is... certainly still 48% of them are still invasive. 52% now are chemical, but that doesn't mean that, whether it's an invasive abortion, a mechanical abortion, or whether it's a chemical abortion, none of that addresses the emotion.
Right.
And the psyche and the things that go on
the truth
for a woman for the rest of her life.
Yeah, and the politics aside, we just want to save babies' lives.
And, what I would say, even if you don't, I agree with you completely. Of course, we're here to save babies' lives, and you can do it now on our last day by calling the number 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com. But you know what? Even if you're not pro-life, how can you be against a woman getting something free like an ultrasound so that she can make the most informed decision ever? I mean, follow the science with the COVID, follow the science with the with the boosters, follow the science with climate change. How about follow the science with life? We know so much more today than we knew back then. So today, those of us who know have an opportunity to share that truth with people that don't at the single most important time in their life by providing an ultrasound. So save a baby, save 2, save 5, save 10, and join us right now. Whether you're in, we still have not heard from Freedom, have not heard from Cranberry, have not heard from Coriopolis. Of course, always enjoy
McKees Rocks.
Saying Coriopolis, and haven't heard from McKees Rocks. Phone number is 833-850-2229. 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com.
Okay, now, Scott, this always comes up, right? People always say, well, pro-lifers, they're only interested in the baby. That's it, because once the baby's born, well, then you're on your own. Well, you're saying that preborn goes well beyond the baby stage. It goes 2 years into the baby's life with free care, information, mentorship, all these things that are valuable to a new mother.
I mean, if you're a new mom, I think a lot of times people say, well, if I have this baby, who's going to help me? Right. I think that's what we hear a lot. Is who's going to help me if I have this baby that you're telling me I should have, or you're showing me this and you think that I probably should, where are you going to be then when I need that help? And the answer is we're going to be right here. We're going to be praying for you, praying with you, working with you. We're going to make sure that you have what you need, whether it's resources, services. I mean, in a world where we're always talking about taking care of the underrepresented, that is exactly what Preborn does. By providing free ultrasounds, of course, but then also free maternity clothes, diapers, strollers, cribs, formula. Even I remember a story of a young young girl who we used to say they were dropouts, which is very offensive to call someone a dropout. But she paused her education to have her baby, and then she wanted to get her high school diploma, but she had no idea about GED or how do I sign up for that or what do I do? And we helped her with that. We walked her through that. I mean, that's what Preborn is all about. So it is really the most holistic approach to this that you could find, and it is really ours to do. I imagine for a second if Christians right now say, I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to help.
I'm not going to do it. I mean, I'm not going to help the other side, but I'm just not going to do anything. Then it won't be done. I mean, really, in this case, silence is violence. I mean, when you allow it to go on because you did nothing, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing. Yep. So the triumph of evil occurs if we do nothing.
Right.
So today we can. I mean, think of it this way: if you had it was a child standing next to you at the street intersection, and that child were about to walk out into the street.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really believe in touching other people's kids, and it's not really my place, and I didn't know. I prayed about it, and I kind of...
Everybody can make their own decision.
I mean, it's like, no, that's not right. You're in a position to give to help someone at the last time and rescue them. And that's what we're doing today, is giving the truth at the most important time to a young girl on this, our last day. Don't miss out. Don't miss the blessing. And I would hate it to be the case that in a world where if we don't do it, it won't be done, then it isn't done. So today is our last day. The number, we say it too fast, is 833-850-2229. 833-850-BABY or online at wordfm.com.
101.5 WORD.
I won! Yes!
And we want you to win too. So sign up to receive our contests and sweepstakes update. Each Friday, you can see new opportunities to win. We regularly give out prizes from books, music, and merchandise to household items, even vacation trips or car payments. Stay up on all the fun. Subscribe to our contests and sweepstakes update, mailed each Friday.
Sign up today at wordfm.com/subscribe.
This view was worth a hike.
Right?
And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
From Kingstone Studios, no vacancy, an incredible true story comes to Salem now.
Now they want to purchase a motel and turn it into a shelter for homeless families.
A demoted journalist, a recovering addict, and a pastor fighting for the homeless find themselves at the end of hope.
I got 45 signatures right here, Mayor, against this proposal from my neighborhood. Let's stop this!
It's like the grapes of wrath. Starring T.C. Stallings, Sean Young, and Dean Cain.
Feed the hungry and house the homeless. That's what we're supposed to do. It means you have tenants.
I know,
You're going to have them leave today, or I'm going to terminate your lease.
You didn't want to do this piece.
Things change. You have to run it tomorrow.
No, not a chance.
The nicest thing anybody ever done for me.
Streaming now. Find it at salemnow.com.
Welcome to Hope.
When you can't stop, there's Vicks VapoRub. Vicks VapoRub sends powerful medicated Vicks vapors right to the source of your... so you can experience cough relief and breathe easier. Generations of families have trusted Vicks VapoRub to help relieve the worst cold symptoms. So next time you have a cough, reach for the Vicks VapoRub. Vicks VapoRub. Cough relieving is believing.
Hey, thanks for being with us. Scott Wilder's with us. It's our final day, our very last day, our last hour and 20 minutes or so, preborn. And we're asking you to step alongside to save a baby's life. A free ultrasound is just $28, the princely sum of $28. Maybe you can do one ultrasound or two or five. Someone's joined us at the 50 ultrasound, saving 50 babies' lives. The number to call is 833-850-BABY. That's 833-850-2229. Once more, 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com. Scott, Kath, I had an aunt who lives out in Shaler, and I remember visiting my aunt when I was a boy, and we would drive by the Zor home for unwed mothers.
Yeah, sure.
Right, Mount Royal Boulevard.
Yeah. Right. It made a really big impression on me because I thought, what goes on inside that place where there was a sign?
Plus, it was weird because you had to go up a hillside. It was like wooded,
curving
and
around.
It seemed
Right.
like it was a place where you had to like hide away.
Right. The Zor home for unwed mothers. Now, the building is still there, but of course, that stigma of unwed mothers, I mean, that went on for many, many years. Now, we live in a different time
It went on
here.
for several centuries, actually.
Yeah, exactly right. We live in a different time. You know, the idea of an unwed mother has lost any sort of shame. Bring that baby into this world here, right?
Yeah, in Dallas, it was the Edna Gladney home, the Edna Gladney home for unwed mothers. Okay. So I mean, we've thankfully evolved. We don't call girls that drop out of school dropouts, right? And we understand that it's a complicated issue.
Yeah.
For girls and women,
all that shame, all that fear, that hiding,
right? And we don't have at preborn. We don't have any of that. There's nothing about shame. At preborn, it is all about providing the truth in love and grace, as you heard Heidi, the center director, say, at a time when they need it the most. I just think we can, you think about, I'm so thankful that my kids are not, I don't have young kids. I'm so thankful I don't have kids in the social media world days. Right. I can't imagine having a 14-year-old daughter, 15-year-old daughter,
trying to navigate all that.
Navigating all this, knowing that on her phone at any time she could, one of the most popular, it's very sad, one of the most popular Google searches on phones is abortion center near me. I mean, can you imagine? And all these things can happen now. Parents have, if we were ever clueless before, now we know nothing about it. So at a time when she needs the truth the most, we have a chance to provide that truth. And that's really all I think about. I even get a little nervous talking about, talking her into something. I simply say, provide the truth and let God do the rest. There's no arm twisting. There is none of that. There's no shaming,
interrogation
none of that.
room.
No, it's nothing like that. It's simply, it's a wonder. And the facilities are so cool. Very warm, dimly lit. You go into a room, soft music is playing, and it's not, candles are lit or whatever. It makes it just right, and you give her the opportunity to see her baby, and at the very end, she can decide what she's going to decide. And overwhelmingly, she will choose life. I think it's just it's the perfect combination. We're not trying to make anybody do anything or even, direct anyone to do anything. Simply letting God do it and giving the ultrasound.
Here's the information. Let's take a look, right? And then it's your choice. I mean, it's pretty darn simple. So that's why we ask you to step forward today to engage Preborn and provide a free ultrasound for a woman who's pregnant and is on the fence. There's a little bubble going on there, right?
Very easy to do. I mean, and I think what happens is it's like a DNA. I've said it before. A DNA is in us, especially in women. That when they hear that heartbeat, they know something's different. They absolutely know that it's different. Let me let you hear from Dan Steiner. Dan Steiner is president of Preborn, been president of Preborn the whole time, founder of Preborn. Once again, Dan Steiner.
A young lady that came into one of our clinics, this young girl came in, and she was in an unplanned pregnancy. She was a Christian, but in an unplanned pregnancy, and she couldn't go back and face the youth group that she was part of being pregnant, and so she was wanting to abort. And if she had bought into the deception of our culture that says it's a blob of tissue, a lump of cells, doesn't have a heartbeat, but when we got her into the ultrasound room, sponsored by a Salem radio listener, sponsored by a Christian that was doing something to save lives, not just being distressed by the fact that they're aborting children alive now in New York that are born alive, but this Christian did something and underwrote an ultrasound for this young lady. When she saw that ultrasound, she said, "Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. It's a baby." She started crying, started talking to the baby on the screen, like any mother would do, like some of you mothers listening would do. And she said, we're going to have to talk to my parents because, my dad's a deacon in the church. And so we said, well, let's call them, and brought them in and brought the mother and father in. They weren't happy about the pregnancy, but they sure didn't want to terminate the life of their grandchild. Yeah. That ultrasound, underwritten by a listener, saved that baby's life, saved those parents' grandchild's life. And that's what we're asking you to do for $28 today here. And I would just ask you today, you're grateful. We're all so thankful. I'm thankful for my 5 children and 9 grandchildren. Keep me so busy. And what I would do to save one of their lives. Would you underwrite an ultrasound today? Would you underwrite one ultrasound for a woman who cannot afford one so that she can save the life of her baby? Maybe one for every child that God has given you. How many children do you have? Maybe you have 5 children or 5 grandchildren. I've got 5 children. $140 would underwrite an ultrasound for 5 women, and 5 babies' lives could be saved.
Robert in Butler said, I want to do that. 5 babies, save 5 babies' lives. Thank you, Robert. Jeff in Newcastle said, let me save some babies. Norma said, I want to save 5 babies in Pittsburgh. $140 one-time gift. We're going to save 150 babies this afternoon. At least 150 babies. I mean, last year, I think at this time, we saved about, I don't know for sure, but I think it's probably 500 babies. And we're well behind. I mean, if you are, and I got to tell you, today's the last day. So yesterday you heard about it, thought about it, prayed about it, and talked about it. And today is it. I am going back to the very hot state of Texas tomorrow. And this is our last time together to talk about this for Preborn. The phone number is 833-850-2229. And when I say last day here on The Ride Home with John and Kathy, it's not like a President's Day mattress sale that goes on for 3 more weeks. I mean, this really is.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is really the last day that I'm going to be here, and that this will be talked about here on the Ride Home with John and Kathy. So don't miss the blessing. Be a part of it today, and just pick up the phone and say, "I want to do it." God has blessed me, and I want to bless others by providing this truth at the single most important time. 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com.
Very good. I mean, I started talking about the home for the unwed mothers and how the times have changed. And, I think this is true probably in a lot of families that grew up in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. I think a lot of people have a lot of regrets with, how they treated other women, your daughter, your sister, and whatnot. And so the good thing is that times have changed. We've moved beyond this in many ways. And so through this miracle of science, I mean, I can't, I'm sure, Scott, you can speak to this, but, this machine looking inside of a woman's body, and it's irrefutable evidence that it is a baby. And so I would say that this picture that gets delivered, whether, in person on a piece of paper or on your phone, it's a unifier. I mean, you show, I'm a pregnant woman, I'm a pregnant girl, and I go home and I go, Mom, I'm pregnant, and here's my baby. I think it's going to bring people together instead of pushing people apart.
No, I totally agree. What do they always say? Mothers always say, look at my baby, right? That's what they say. They show the picture. Look at my baby. Yeah. This is my baby. Look at my baby. And today you have a chance to introduce her to her baby. Give her the first picture she's ever going to have of her baby. Yep. Out of all those other firsts, you're providing the very first. And that's an honor, I think, to be able to do that and to know that without your gift of an ultrasound today, it just might not be the case as she would ever have any other pictures of her baby, because there wouldn't be a baby. And so you can take some pleasure in that and know that you're praying for her as she moves forward, and hopefully will come to the saving knowledge of Christ also.
Very nice. Hey, Scott's going to leave us. This is our last day, almost our last hour. 833-850-2229. 833-850-BABY.
Hi, this is John Hall. You've all helped build MyPillow into the incredible company it is today, and have trusted in Mike Lindell to give you a great night's sleep. On top of the special exclusively from my listeners on the Perkel and Giza Dream bed sheets marked down as low as $29.98, Mike is now changing the game with his 3-piece towel set. The set is made with USA cotton, making it extremely absorbent, yet still providing that soft feel you look for in a towel. The set comes with 1 bath, 1 hand towel, 1 washcloth, typically retailing for $49.99. Now, for a limited time, you get this 3-piece towel set for the low price of $19.98 with the promo code WORD. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. This is a limited supply, so be sure to order now. Call 1-800-391-0954. Use the promo code WORD or go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener square and use promo code WORD. These offers will not last long, so order now with promo code WORD at MyPillow.com for this radio exclusive offer on all bed sheets.
International travel is open again. So now is the perfect time for that trip to Israel, the trip of a lifetime. A trip to the Holy Land will bring you face to face with one of the most fascinating countries on earth. More than just a vacation, this meaningful trip is your opportunity to enjoy the freedom to travel again, walking the ancient streets of Jerusalem where Jesus walked, sailing the Sea of Galilee, and floating in the mineral-rich Dead Sea with its healing and rejuvenating power. Sebastian Gorka and Dinesh D'Souza, along with our trusted travel partner, Inspiration Cruises and Tours, personally invite you to experience Israel with them this November. To book your trip to Israel, log on to standwithisraeltour.com. That's standwithisraeltour.com. Then call 855-565-5519 to secure your spot. Call today, 855-565-5519.
Do you have a passion for helping others? Turn it into a rewarding career at LifeSteps. LifeSteps is hiring caring people to make a difference in the lives of individuals with disabilities. Full-time and part-time positions available with opportunities close to home. No degree or experience necessary. LifeSteps offers flexible schedules, paid training, and generous benefits. Make a difference today. Call 724-283-1010 or visit lifesteps.net. LifeSteps is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? How would you like the potential to participate in credited interest from market indexed returns and limit the downside? Join Michael Battolini for the Retirement and Income Radio Show, Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. here on Word FM. You can also call Michael Battolini now for your complimentary customized Retirement and Income Radio Kit and Retirement and Income Radio book at 1-844-449-SAFE. That's 1-844-449-7233.
Hey, thanks for being with us. We're talking with Scott Wilder from Preborn. We are truly saving little babies' lives. 833-850-2229. A free ultrasound for a woman who is undecided. She's pregnant and goes, what the heck's going on? Should I go to Planned Parenthood? Because they're my friend, aren't they? Right? Or then she'll go to a preborn pregnancy center. She'll get the straight facts. She'll see the baby. She'll hear the baby. And then she can make a decision.
Let me give you the testimony. You know, there's nothing like the power of the testimony. What somebody's experience was before and then after, right? I was blind and now I see. I mean, that's a testimony. Listen to the impact you're going to make today. But don't forget, today's our last day. And if you haven't done it yet, do it now. If you've done it before, do it again. 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com. Listen to the impact you're going to make today.
When I first thought I was pregnant, it was like the scariest thing that I've ever had to deal with. I just kept telling myself, I can't have a baby right now. Like, I make like $10 an hour. Like, that barely supports me, let alone a little baby. And then I was like, how stupid could I have been right now to allow this to happen to myself? So like, that was my first thought, to have an abortion. It's just like, and I was like going crazy trying to figure out where could I go to have the abortion. And this lady was walking down the street, and me and my friend knew her, and we stopped to offer her to ride. And so she got in, and like, me and my friend, we were still talking about what was going on. And so she took us right to the downtown pregnancy center. I went in, and they asked them if I wanted to keep my baby, and I was like, no, like, it's not what I want to do. And so Ms. Jackie was like, well, would you like an ultrasound? And I was like, sure, whatever. She was giving me the ultrasound, and she turned on the sound, and my baby had a heartbeat. And like, in that moment, it kind of freaked me out, because I was just like, I have a baby inside of me. And so it was just like, this is a growing person. Like I was freaking out, like just sitting there crying. And Ms. Jackie was like, she just grabbed my hand and was just like, you're gonna be okay. Like, whatever decision you do make, you're gonna be okay. But I want you to pray about it. And she asked me if I believed in God and if I had a church home and spiritual guidance and everything. And she encouraged me to make a decision with my heart and not with my head. In the moment, I was just like, yeah, I don't want an abortion. Looking back from then to now, it's really changed me as a person. Like, overall, like, I'm not the same person anymore, and I have changed for the better for my baby. In the mind frame that I'm in now, I don't know how I could have ever thought that I didn't want my baby, or thought that how could I take care of my baby, because I'll do anything to make sure my baby's okay. My very first ultrasound picture was this little dot. and yeah, this is the very first ultrasound that I got with the Pregnancy Help Center. And I'm very grateful for it, because just this one picture alone helped me make the decision that I made to keep my baby. And even this picture also, it just makes me feel like I'm gonna have an awesome little person. And she's gonna be very beautiful. Maya Dai one day.
Ultrasounds save babies. Ultrasounds save babies. That's why we're providing ultrasounds to save babies. And today we have 62 minutes left. Now, the phone number is good into the night and all that, but I go away in an hour, and that's it. Not coming back for this, and this is your chance. So if you've been hearing about it and thinking about it and praying about it and talking about it, Today is the day to do something about it. Make love a verb today. Make it something that we do. First verse you ever taught your kids or grandkids was, for God so loved the world that he did something, right? It turned into action. Another way to say it is, God loved you so much, it couldn't be contained in feelings. It spilled over into action. That's how we knew it was real. Aren't we glad?
Sure.
And today you can do the same thing. So make love a verb today. 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com.
Very nice. We're going to get up and stretch our legs, move around a little bit, reset for the 5 o'clock hour. But we need you this final hour. You love life. You have babies. You love babies. Let's save some babies' lives here. Let's get to work. We need you, our broadcast family, to step forward. 833-850-BABY or wordfm.com. We'll love you guys. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stick with us. It's The Ride Home with John and Kathy, Pittsburgh's Christian Talk on Word FM.
101.5 WORD-FM Pittsburgh. On your smart speaker by saying, play the word Pittsburgh. And on your phone via the Word FM mobile app, iHeart, TuneIn, and Odyssey.
KLG.
SRN News, I'm John Scott. A jury has spared Florida school shooter Nicholas Cruz from the death penalty for killing 17 people at a Parkland High School in 2018, sending him to prison for the remainder of his life. Good news for seniors. Correspondent Fatima Hussein reports the Social Security 8.7% increase is coupled with a 3% drop in Medicare Part B premiums.
The cost of living increase is going to impact people very differently depending on where they live in the U.S. I think what's also important is that a lot of retirees are also going to be seeing a decrease in their Medicare Part B premiums, which means that the impact of the Social Security cost of living increase will also go a bit farther since their medical costs will go down just a bit.
The Social Security increase begins in January. This is SRN News.
Pumpkins, 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 and more pumpkins. Pumpkins are what the Springhouse is thinking about this time of year. Hi, it's me, Marcia, from the Springhouse, and we love sharing our farm with you during this beautiful time of year. We've got all kinds of fun planned for you and your family to be able to spend the whole day on our farm. Pumpkin patch hay rides, a petting zoo, giant square bale stack and pipes for sliding, a hay maze and a corn maze, pumpkin picking right out of the field, old-time games under a tent up on the hill, and lots more. And when you get hungry, of course, we have great eats inside too, with lots of pumpkin creations. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin cookies, pumpkin bread, pumpkin custard, and even pumpkin black bean chili. Every October Saturday features a family-friendly meal, and October Sundays feature our 4-H hog roast with all the fixins. Plan to spend a memory-making day on the farm at the Springhouse in 84 PA. 724-228-3339 or springhousemarket.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-940-6161. That's 1-800-940-6161. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-940-6161. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Celebrate fall during Community Market Days at Bednar's Farm and Greenhouse. Every Saturday from 11 to 3, Bednar's has plenty to enjoy, including local goods and vendors, a food truck, live music, wine tastings, cooking and gardening workshops, DIY and kids activities, plus everything you need for your fall gardening and decor, with fresh-cut pumpkins, gourds, corn stalks, mums, and lots more. Community Market Days, every Saturday at Bednar's Farm Harmon Greenhouse and McDonald. Visit bednarsgreenhouse.com.
Hi, I'm Robert Jeffress, Bible teacher on Pathway to Victory. Did you know you can read Jesus' Sermon on the Mount in just 18 minutes? Yet packed into this short talk are more life-changing teachings than anywhere else in the Bible. In my new book, 18 Minutes with Jesus, I'll unpack the radical insights from Jesus' best known but least followed teachings on faith, prayer, money, and more. Pick up a copy of 18 Minutes with Jesus at bookstores everywhere.
Patchy clouds expected for tonight. Will reach a nighttime low of 41. Times of sun and clouds tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 61. Partly cloudy tomorrow night with a low of 45. Saturday, expect some sunshine, then turning cloudy and breezy. We'll start off the weekend with a high of 67. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm forecaster Drew Shannon.
Welcome to another edition of The Ride Home with John and Kathy, live from the Salem-Pittsburgh studios. And now here are your hosts, John Hall and Kathy Emmons.
When you travel, does your body respond differently?
Yes.
How so?
My hair's different.
Your hair?
My hair is always different when I travel.
Really?
I have no idea why that it changes.
Really?
It's just, I notice it with my hair more than anything else.
How about your appetite?
I'm always hungry when I'm traveling.
Oh, yeah, right, because everything's new.
I want to try everything.
Give me something, something
especially
fresh.
if I'm in a totally, unique place.
Oh, like a foreign country.
Exactly. I am all about it.
Yeah.
Load me up.
Yeah. Did you ever eat anything weird when you traveled? Strange?
I had some unidentifiable things in Indonesia.
Of course.
Yeah, it was seafood of some description, but not a kind of seafood I'd ever seen before.
And everyone's saying, oh, go ahead. This is really good. It's fabulous stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. The people I was with who were in country were very good at steering me well.
Right.
They would say, you do not want to eat this.
Because you're going to get sick.
But you could eat this. Do you know what I mean? So, and they have different, very cool fruits there that are not available
in Indonesia.
And I very much enjoyed the fruit there.
Did you try the durian?
The durian.
The durian.
Durian.
Oh, no.
That's the one. I hope I don't offend anybody, but it says tastes like heaven, smells like hell.
Yes, that is a nasty thing.
And you do not touch it. It will not come out of your skin for days. Let me tell you what it tastes like, and because I tried it.
Like heaven?
No, it tastes like a banana that was dipped in oil. It tastes like an oily banana. That was sort of the texture of it, an oily banana. But the smell, seriously, it's like it would get into, it goes into your skin, like where you have little grooves.
Yeah.
It would go into your body, like down the grooves into your, I don't know if you can even do that. I think it can.
Yeah.
But it seemed to. And then everything smelled like, it was just a horrible smell.
Really?
It smells like, I don't know, something bad. Really like gastroenterologically
here it is right here.
bad. Yeah, that's it. That's durian.
Here, I'm going to show
Durian.
it to you, John.
Yeah, you crack it open and then you cut it into like wedges.
Really?
Yeah.
And you eat it. You peel it out. The little parts peel out of it.
It's like a pierogi. Jamie Lee Curtis stars in the durian.
Except it's large. Like this is like the size of a
calzone.
like a half watermelon.
Yeah, it's like a half watermelon.
Yeah.
And you cut it open. Yeah.
Fabulous.
So
it's super weird looking and it smells awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful. But I didn't taste it.
Oh, you should. Why did you not?
Because it smelled that bad. Why would I want to taste it?
But sometimes things should
No.
taste.
No, I didn't.
They smell.
There are exceptions, right? Scott Wilder's
you know
with us.
what? I was in Germany during white asparagus season.
Oh, fabulous.
Which is June. And I didn't know anything about I'd never had white asparagus in my life.
And?
It's a huge thing in Germany. It's like festivals of white asparagus.
Really?
And they serve it as a main course.
Taste the same?
With sauce. It's so much better.
What?
It is. It's one of the It's one of my favorite things I've had in a foreign country.
No
was
kidding.
White asparagus in Germany in June.
Can you buy it here?
I've never seen it here.
I had my first schnitzel in Germany.
And how was that?
Good, I guess.
fine.
I never had it since, but I had my first Peking duck in Beijing, formerly known as Peking. Thank you.
That's cool.
I had my first Mongolian barbecue in China. Thank you.
Very
Okay.
nice.
So, and Chinese food in China.
And some kind of crazy deviled egg in Korea.
I mean, there they just call it food.
Yeah. You don't want to have balut. No one wants balut.
Because it's buried in the ground. Right?
Well, the balut is actually, I know what you're talking about. The balut is actually, should we talk about this? Is it okay to talk about?
I think so,
right?
yeah, sure.
The balut is a duck egg.
Okay.
And
What country is this?
Different places, Southeast Asia mainly. But the balut is a duck egg that you have to eat. It's like 14 or 15 days into its gestation. It's still in the critter is still in the egg. And they kind of warm it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They warm it up a little bit, and then you crack it open, and then you eat the little
egg.
The little duck. It's a duck, but it's not really you're not ready
Full
to
duck.
quack or anything. But they would say, and the way you know that it's not good balut, this is going to make you crazy, is when you chew on the feet,
Oh, see,
they're
that's
a little bit
no
too
way.
firm.
No way. I'm not doing that.
Is that the craziest?
I'm not doing that.
If you're talking about that,
That's
the worst
wrong.
thing you could ever eat is balut. You don't want balut or durian.
Durian.
All right.
But balut is really bad. And then, of course, we have the wedding dog story, which I'm not going to tell.
Right.
The wedding dog story.
'Cause
was
that's too
terrible.
upsetting.
But
Oh,
you
my
know,
goodness.
you're traveling. You want to be a good guest.
Right, sure, yeah.
That's
You
part of
don't-
traveling.
You don't offend anyone's feelings.
You gotta,
They're
eat what
treating
they
you
eat.
to-
You gotta
yeah.
eat what they eat, and sometimes it's just, I remember being in. We were out just outside of Chernobyl. Were you on that trip?
I was.
Okay, you were there, and we were like eating these. We were eating in a place where it was like all still radiation.
Yep.
Everything was still radiated.
this big church community.
They had like the tomatoes were like the size of basketball.
They were,
You
yes.
know something's going wrong, right?
Right, right.
But they were good.
They were very good. First time I ever had pickled garlic cloves. Oh my goodness, so good.
Yeah.
The way jalapenos are pickled,
Yeah,
is not
yeah.
quite as much jalapeno.
Yeah.
I think about those people.
Oh my goodness, they're very good. People were very nice.
Very nice.
It's like
They were outcasts.
It was crazy though. You really did feel like. Now I'm gonna pick up a flashlight. It's just gonna turn on.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got stuff in me now because I was in.
And the people left. They were forced to leave,
Yep.
but then they became sort of outsiders
Yeah.
to where they
Crazy.
landed. So they had to go back home.
Crazy, yeah. So anyway, but food when you travel.
I mean, it's always
Yeah.
enjoyable. Anyway, I do like to load up. Why? What do you think? Do you change when you travel?
Yeah, always. Right. Everything changes about me.
Do you become crabby or what?
No.
I'm just wondering.
No.
I haven't traveled with him, Scott.
I mean, things change. I get upside down. My appetite increases. My BM turns a little bit different. All these different, weird kind of stuff.
Way too much information.
Wow.
You ask, I told you. I'm just telling you.
Okay. That's good.
Just saying. Scott Wilder's with us.
Yeah.
He is a
World traveler.
man of the world, I would say.
I am. I have traveled the world many,
Yes, you
many
are.
times over. Many times over.
Do you
Very nice.
change when you travel?
Clothes? What do you mean?
I
No,
mean,
it's just-
do things about you change? Do you sleep differently? Do you?
no, I don't. I don't really sleep well generally.
Do your
but-
legs swell? Does your
No.
Legs.
No, I don't. If it's high elevation, I can't handle that very well.
Okay.
Anymore, but no, but I.
Does that make you
I-
short of breath, or you get
Yeah,
dizzy,
it does.
or what?
Yeah,
okay.
it does. Yeah, I was born with a. It's a long story, but I was born with a situation with my lungs. So
Okay.
I'm not fully formed, not fully here in that sense.
But we
anyway.
digress.
Huh?
We do digress.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm here today.
Yes.
Of the very last day for our friends at Preborn, and this is the last day. You can hear about this on John and Kathy's show. So this is all for the whole year. You're not going to hear this again with John and Kathy talking about it or me talking about it on John and Kathy's show. This is the last day. So if you meant to do it and you haven't saved babies yet, and you want to do it. It's a Word FM family tradition that we save babies this time of year.
By the hundreds.
By the hundreds. There are 500 babies alive today under the age of 1 because of what we did here last year. And we're woefully behind.
Yeah. For whatever reason, a lot of different reasons.
I don't know, but one of my little wilderisms is people want to get things done, find ways to get things done. People who don't find reasons why they can't. I don't need to give you reasons not to do a great thing. You can come up with that on your own. We just want to say it's a matter of life and death. It is the easiest thing we could do. It's the most productive thing you could do if you've ever said you're pro-life. Don't count on politics to fix this stuff. It's not a political issue.
No.
Just share the truth in love with a girl today by providing the ultrasound, and God will do the rest. So I just say, give some ultrasounds and say some prayers. And let God figure the rest out.
Yeah.
That's so cool to be able to really just give it up. I mean, people say, let go and let God, and what all these sayings we've heard over the years. But I really feel that way about this.
Yeah.
Just let God handle it. But give them the truth at the time they need it the most. And that's what we're doing today. So $140 saves 5 babies. $280 saves 10. $2,800 saves 100 babies. $15,000 provides an ultrasound machine that could save babies for the next 10 years. Thousands of babies saved. The way to contact us in our last hour together is 833-850-2229. 833-850-2229 or online at WordFM.
We haven't talked much about that, the wordfm.com thing, but just go to our website and click on the banner at the top of the page.
It's true. Very nice. Stay with us. Scott Waters always got great stories. About 15 minutes until he exits, so you don't want to miss this.
101.5 WORD.
Once I figured out, it was a little boy, then I heard his heartbeat, I just cried. You guys helped me make my mind up.
You've heard that seeing is believing. That's certainly true when it comes to pregnancies. It's been shown that abortion-minded women who see their babies on an ultrasound are likely to have that baby. Today, you can provide a free ultrasound for a pregnant woman for just $28, the cost to save the life of a baby. So whether you want to save 1 or 5 or hundreds of babies, Word FM and Preborn are here to help. Call today, 833-850-BABY, or go to wordfm.com.
Hi, this is John Hall. You've all helped build MyPillow into the incredible company it is today, and have trusted in Mike Lindell to give you a great night's sleep. On top of the special exclusively from my listeners on the Perkel and Giza Dream bed sheets, marked down as low as $29.98, Mike is now changing the game with his 3-piece towel set. The set is made with USA cotton, making it extremely absorbent, yet still providing that soft feel you look for in a towel. The set comes with 1 bath, 1 hand towel, 1 washcloth, typically retailing for $49.99. Now, for a limited time, you get this 3-piece towel set for the low price of $19.98 with a promo code WORD. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. This is a limited supply, so be sure to order now. Call 1-800-391-0954. Use the promo code WORD or go to mypillow.com. Click on the radio listener square and use promo code WORD. These offers will not last long, so order now with promo code WORD at mypillow.com for this radio exclusive offer on all bed sheets.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
All of us come from somewhere. All of us have origin stories. From executive producer Larry Elder.
Divine Providence was clearly operating in the lives of Black Americans.
And director Justin Malone.
When I was growing up, we were never taught that America was bad. We were raised to love America.
Comes the continuation of their 2020 hit film, Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom Part 2, An American Odyssey. Available on Salem Now.
Are you ready to deepen your faith on a spectacular 9-day Mediterranean cruise? Join Alistair Begg in August 2023 to renew your vision, purpose, and connection with Christ as Alistair powerfully unpacks God's Word. Explore the biblical landscapes Paul encountered as he shared the gospel along breathtaking cliffside villages. Simply call 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com for all the details.
Hey, thanks for being with us. We're super excited because we know the phones are ringing. The people are catching this vision of giving an ultrasound for free to a woman who's in turmoil about whether or not she should have this baby. Preborn is with us today. It's our final 40-ish minutes on the air with Scott Wilder. Yeah. Won't you please join us? We love this. Save a baby's life. $28 for 1 ultrasound. 5 ultrasounds are just $140. 833-850-BABY. That's 833-850-2229. Of course, so easy peasy. WordFM.com.
I want to thank Renee. Renee, Cranberry Township. Said I want to save 5 babies. Thank you. Dawn in Monongahela. $100. Thank you very much. Janet.
Thank you.
Where is Janet? Where'd she go? Janet is in Rochester. $140 saves 5 babies. Jill in Pittsburgh. Thank you. $60. Harriet in Monroeville. Thank you. No. In Wampum. Still amazed you could say that.
I like it.
Wampum. $140 saves 5 babies. Kathy in Jefferson Hills.
Beautiful.
Larry in Greensburg. $140 saves 5 babies. Candace with a K in McDonald.
Lovely.
$28 saves 1. Justin in Natrona Heights.
Yep,
right?
that's
Yeah,
it,
Natrona Heights.
Dig it.
$400 and some odd dollars.
Fabulous.
So thank you, Jean in Allison Park, Pennsylvania. That is $140. Bobby Jean in Export.
Excellent.
Said, hey, I'll save 2 babies. Alicia in Pittsburgh, $250. Priscilla in Pittsburgh, $30. So lots of people to thank. And sorry I haven't kind of let that go by. I'd like to thank you and tell you thanks and encourage other people
to join us.
Hey, everybody's doing. We still haven't heard from Freedom. Still haven't heard from
Shaler.
Yeah, haven't heard
Wickley.
from Coriopolis.
Wexford.
That's right.
Forest Hills.
Yeah, so Wexford we hear from. We hear from more.
North for Sales.
Blawnox.
Mm-hmm.
So call right now, 833-853.
Evans City.
Cole Center.
833-850-2229, 833-850.
Cherry City.
2229, Cherry City. 833-850-2229. Listen to the impact that you're going to have today when you simply make the phone call or go online. It is our last day. I only have 40 minutes left. Let's save at least 40 babies in the next 40 minutes. 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com.
Hi, my name is Jules, and I'm going to share my story with you. Just a quick background. I'm 26. My husband Kyle is 32. We have a 4-year-old little boy named Aiden. He's wonderful, adventurous, and very strong-willed. And after we had Aiden, we decided that it was one and done. We're going to be a family of 3, and that was going to be enough for us. So I got pregnant. And we were financially struggling. We were paycheck to paycheck. Kyle's job was just taking off. I was finishing school. Everything pointed to not having a baby. And I ultimately decided that I wanted an abortion. Sounds weird when you say it out loud. That's when I found Life Care. I remember showing up, and it was just so warm and inviting, and everyone was so nice. And I kept thinking, how can everyone be this nice? They asked if I wanted an ultrasound so that they could show me and possibly guess how far along that we were. And when she put the gel on me, and then she put the little stick thing on my tummy, and I saw her. This little alien thing, this little thing my husband and I made out of pure, intense love. That was the moment that I knew that I loved someone so much that I had never even met. That was the moment that my choice was made for me. I think my husband knew by the look on my face after I saw her on the monitor that we were going to be a parent of 2 children. How that all worked and changed my life. I've never been so happy for a family of 4, and I just wanted to say thank you. Hello, beautiful. Hello, beautiful. Oh, goodness. One one of the best things that have ever happened to me right here in my arms.
Yeah, you see
I love that story.
Thanks again for listening to us.
Sorry about that.
Really good story.
So, would you join us today? Provide the truth at the most important time for a young girl as she's making a decision. It is 5:23, so only have about 35 more minutes in our time together today, and I'm not coming back for this. Not going to be doing it tomorrow, the next day, the next week. Not doing it.
Bam.
This is it. We have we set aside 2 days to save 500 babies. We are so far behind. I mean, I would beg if I could, but you know what? I don't want to. I just want to tell you, this is an opportunity. You have a chance to save babies. You're going to do it or you're not. You can feel good about it or you're not. Just don't call tomorrow and say, yeah, you can still do it. The phone number will be alive and all that. We just like to be able to celebrate together that in these 2 days we saved 500 babies. So would you join us now and do it right now on our last day? 833-850-2229.
Very nice. Now, as often, right, who's calling? The women are calling.
Yeah, because we know what it's like to be pregnant and to hear that sound.
But here's the
and
deal.
to be terrified or
Takes
to
two.
be. It does take 2.
Let's tango here,
It
right?
does take 2.
Now, look, one of the greatest moments of your life is if you're a guy, you're married, you go into that room, and the ultrasound tech squirts that little jelly on your wife's belly, and all of a sudden that little wand starts moving around, and then you hear it, you see it. I could not believe it. The hair stood up. I mean, we were so enthralled, so excited for that moment to come into our life. It's a great moment for celebration, but that is not always the case, right? It varies in the emotion depending upon who you are, where you are in your life. So a lot of women go, oh my gosh, really? I am pregnant. This is the end of my life. I can't believe I'm going to carry this burden, this baby now. What am I going to do? Now, Planned Parenthood, of course, they're going to spend a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of resources telling you, that's a clump of cells, let's go. It'll be painless, let's get rid of that baby. Right? Preborn's doing the total opposite. They're saying, let's step around. We'll come with you. You've got a community of people here who are engaged with you. 2 years we're going to be in your life with this baby. It's a baby. We love you, and we don't want to step away. So that's why Preborn exists. The truth of the matter is just irrefutable. So please, won't you join us right now? 833-850-2229. Once more, 833-850-2229. One ultrasound is just $28. Maybe you could do one ultrasound. Maybe do one ultrasound a month for $28.
That'd be less than $1 a day. Less than $1 a day. One ultrasound a month. Listen to the impact you're going to make today. 833-850-2229. 833-850-2229.
When I first found out I was pregnant, I lost it. I was so devastated. I didn't know what to do. I was coming in my sophomore year into college. I was scared to tell my mom, my parents. I wanted to abort the baby because I was I wasn't ready. In my head, I was saying to myself, I'm not ready. I'm still in school. When I'm not in school, I'm still staying with my parents, and I was a full-time student, and it's just abortion is the right thing for me. When I first had the first ultrasound, I was 7 weeks and 3 days when they found the baby. I was just amazed, I'm really pregnant. I never been that shocked before, and I was just it's really a human going inside of me. It was just crazy. Seeing my own baby up there, seeing my name pop up on the screen, it's just oh my God, this is really real. When I heard somebody else heart beating inside of me, not my own heartbeat, I cried. That right there just blew me out the water. It just made my final decision. Hearing the heartbeat of a baby, and you know it's gonna be yours, this heartbeat, it was beautiful. It was amazing. I loved it so much. And every time I come for ultrasound, can I hear the heartbeat? Can I hear the heartbeat? I just be so excited to hear the heartbeat. The ultrasound really was the life-changing, they were really what changed my mind. And then hearing the heartbeat, seeing the baby grow, really find out what I'm having. It's just I'm okay with having a baby now. I'm grateful. I'm excited. It's a blessing. It went from no to I can't wait. I can't wait to April to see my bundle of joy. I'm gonna just keep the baby because the baby didn't ask to even be here in the first place. So. And the process of abortion, she showed me. I said, oh no, y'all not doing it to me. That was scary. I said, It was crazy. It was a life-changing experience. It was a blessing all in one. It made me grow wiser as a human. It made me think about my choices before I do things. So it's like, I'm ready now.
Call right now. Be a part of what we're doing today. We are saving babies by providing ultrasounds. 833-850-2229. 850-2229 or online at wordfm.com. We're excited about it, but kind of sad. I always enjoy traveling to be here in person in Pennsylvania. I love here. Well, I don't love all of Pennsylvania. Can I say that? Is that okay to say?
No,
yeah. I don't really.
Yeah, you can,
see, that's the thing. I
dish
don't
on
like
Philadelphia
I
as much
really
as you
don't
want.
like. I never liked. I think I've said this on the air before. I didn't like Philadelphia. I didn't. If I may, we can edit this out in post. I didn't like the people. I didn't like really anything about Philadelphia. I did, and so the first time and I've been to Philly many times, and then I had a chance to go to Pittsburgh, and I thought, oh, I don't know, Pittsburgh. I mean, that's Pennsylvania. I don't know. I had a bad feeling about it, and I got here and I was like, these are my people, man.
Totally different.
These are my people. These are hardworking people. I say this as a compliment, sort of flawed. They don't really care if you don't like them. It's okay.
Right.
You're not trying to, my mom would say, putting on airs.
We're not doing that
They're not
here.
putting on airs.
What's the point?
It's just being who you are. It doesn't matter. You work as a banker. It's game
Better
day.
or
You're
worse.
still wearing your jersey. I mean,
Right.
it's just the way it is. And I love being here. We love being here. Love spending time here. Just love everything about it. And the people, of course, this great radio station. So a little bit sad that it's only have 30 minutes left. But this is our last day for Preborn. And it really is the last day. And we have 30 minutes left to see how many babies we can save. If we can save 30 babies in 30 minutes, that'd be awesome.
Fabulous.
50 babies in 30 minutes would be a total of $1,400.
Yep.
And, of course, more would be fantastic, too. We are woefully behind, but you know what? I can't. He can. So hopefully he'll inspire you, and you'll be a part of it today. This number, 833-850-2229.
Very nice. So, we talk about the baby in so many arenas, right? I mean, it's become such a gigantic political issue, right? That, the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade, and everybody thinks if you're a pro-life person, this day, seriously, it was a fabulous day. It was completely, even with the leak, when it came out that Roe v. Wade was repealed.
It was a shock.
It was a shock.
It was a shock.
You never thought.
I was shocked.
I didn't think I was.
Nope.
I mean, I remember being a kid in college, and my roommates' parents, they were on the front lines. They would be at abortion clinics, and they'd be on their knees praying outside.
Sure.
We'd see them all. And I called my buddy, and I said, your parents are not here, but boy, I know that they are rejoicing. And he cried. I mean, it was a major deal in their life. And so now we think, well, that's settled. In Pennsylvania, well, that's in play. And, of course, depending upon what state you are, some abortions are going to continue, of course. Other states, that's not going to happen. Pennsylvania's, in a bit of a bubble here. But it doesn't really matter. What matters is that when the baby comes into this world, that someone loves that baby. Someone cares for that baby. Someone wants that baby. Someone's protecting that baby. Someone's going to raise that baby. Preferably the mother and the father in marriage together, right? As God has ordained this. So our goal here today is just to plant the seed to ensure that the baby is able to prosper in those very early moments, right? From conception forward. What do they say? From the womb to the tomb.
Right, sure.
We can do this. So that's where we need your help, because Preborn, an excellent organization, provides that care, that free ultrasound for that mother whose emotions may be all over the map. They just want to say, Preborn says, here's the heartbeat. Here's the photograph. Here's the baby. This is a life. This is not the narrative, the old clump of cells kind of thing. So if this is you or someone you love, someone you know, whether you're in the past with the baby life or this is something you're thinking about for the future, please, as Scott says, time's clicking by here. He's going to leave today, our final 24 minutes here on the air. Please join us, 833-850-BABY. That's 833-850-2229.
Stand with a woman who needs it.
Amen.
Amen to that. WordFM.com as well. $28 for one ultrasound. People have joined us at 5 ultrasounds for $140. Where can you join us today to save a baby's life?
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon two factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
What if I told you can save a baby's life for just $28? Well, it's true. Preborn is a ministry doing just that with the help of people like you by offering free ultrasound sessions to pregnant girls and women who otherwise might choose to end their pregnancy. We know that pregnant girls and women who can see their babies on ultrasound are far more likely to choose life. Your gift today can save babies' lives. Just $28 can give a mother the chance to see the truth of the baby that is growing inside her. $140 can do this for 5 girls and women. Whether you want to save one baby or 5 or hundreds, that opportunity is just a click or phone call away. Call 833-850-BABY. That's 833-850-2229. Or click on the Preborn banner at wordfm.com.
It's a very common fear to have a fear of the dentist.
There's a reason patients love Dr. Megan Stock, voted Pittsburgh Trib's best of the best dentist in Northern Allegheny County for the 2nd year in a row.
I feel particularly drawn to making sure that all patients are at ease, that extra gentle touch, the extra nudge to tell them it's okay, we'll get through this together.
Exceptional dentistry meets compassionate care. Stock Family Dentistry, Perry Highway in Wexford, at stockfamilydentistry.com.
Listen on your smart speaker at wordfm.com, the Word FM app, iHeart, TuneIn, and on Odyssey. In your car or at home, too, at 101.5 WORD-FM, Pittsburgh.
Turbulent times call for clear-headed insight. That's hard to come by these days, especially on TV. That's where we come in. The new Salem News Channel, the greatest collection of conservative minds, all in one place. Home to the people you trust. Dennis Prager, Mike Gallagher, Sebastian Gorka, and more. Refreshingly honest, always unfiltered. Streaming free on your TV 24/7. Intelligent analysis for intelligent people. Find what you're looking for at snc.tv. That's snc.tv.
Patchy clouds expected for tonight. Will reach a nighttime low of 41. Times of sun and clouds tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 61. Partly cloudy tomorrow night with a low of 45. Saturday, expect some sunshine, then turning cloudy and breezy. We'll start off the weekend with a high of 67. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm forecaster Drew Shannon.
Remember the first time someone in your family had a baby? So I got 5 sisters. One of my sisters, I got 5 sisters. One of my sisters had a baby, and I was on a bus headed downtown when a friend of my sister said, "Hey, your sister had a baby." I didn't know.
Oh my God!
And I was like, "What the? I'm an uncle." It was like this big deal. You know, it was a super big deal in my life. I mean, when a baby comes into the world, right?
Yeah. Everything changes.
Everything changes. Yeah. People rejoice.
Yeah, sure.
People love a baby.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the world we live in right now, the politics all around it, all that craziness, right? That there's so much baggage. We're just saying this. Allow a woman who's pregnant to make an informed decision.
Yeah, an informed choice is all we're talking about. Lillian in Elwood City. Lillian's my mother's middle name. Lillian, thank you, Lil, in Elwood City, so I want to save 5 babies. Barbara in New Brighton said I want to save a baby. Fabulous. $28 a month can save a baby a month for less than $1 a day. It is our last day, only 25 minutes left. You got me thinking. You have 5 sisters?
5 sisters.
And 0 brothers?
1 brother.
Is he older or younger than you?
He's 6 years older than me. He was my savior.
So he's in the middle, somewhere in the girls' sprinkle to the side.
It goes Mary Jane, Judy, Jeff, Jackie, Linda, Johnny, Donna. Wow. Next to the last.
So how many total?
7.
Mamma mia.
I talk about it
That's
often.
good. Well, see, my dad was one of 7.
Yeah.
My mom was one of 5.
See,
so I love and I'm from big families.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
I'm 6 of 7. I was the perfect place to be.
You're the prince
because I got to see everybody else's were screwing up left and right.
Yeah.
And around the dinner table, I was able to
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else. They didn't save your brother's clothes long enough for you to have.
Not
so
at
you
all.
got new little, to the manner born.
I did
little clothes.
Yep. You cut your teeth on your older sister's, fallacies and all.
Yeah, except they roasted you.
They
like
did.
It was
I paid
their
a price.
whole job.
I paid a price, but it was a good upbringing. Yeah.
See, I was the oldest, so the oldest.
Oh yeah, you carry the burden.
Yeah, well, the oldest. I mean, we're responsible for all of our mistakes and all of yours.
Yeah.
The story I tell about being the oldest is. And you may or may not relate to this. Every oldest child listening will relate to this. Here is a scenario. The oldest child is sitting on the floor and has a soda can on the floor on the carpet. Mm-hmm. The youngest child walks through and kicks it over. The dad says to the oldest child, "Why did you leave it there?" Yep. All right, now, same scenario. The young child, the youngest, has a can of soda and has it on the carpet.
Yeah.
And the oldest child knocks it over, and the father says to the oldest child, "Why didn't you look where you were going?"
There is a burden. But being the oldest child, didn't you gain a lot of strength?
I guess.
You did.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I see my oldest sister, and she's got her act together solid, right?
No, it's true. Yeah, it's a different kind of thing. But everybody has their own little, it's a yin and yang. Everybody has it's good and the bad. But I probably would have placed you as... around not around the baby. I don't mean there's an insult. Just to the manner born, sort of. You have that air about you. The Lord Fauntleroy.
Do I? Oh, here comes the Lord Fauntleroy.
No, I'm serious. You're handsome. You have that look. It's just like the rest of us are just hanging on.
That's very nice. Very kind of you. Hey, listen, that's our final 20 minutes here with Scott Wilder, Little Lord Fauntleroy, and Kathy Emmons and Scott Wilder joining you here today. 833-850-BABY. That's 833-850-2229. We are counting down. We want to save as many babies' lives before Scott leaves us.
Mm-hmm. So today we can do it. Today we are going to do it. We have 20 minutes left. If you haven't done it yet, it's time to do it now at 833-850-2229, 833-850-2229, or online at wordfm.com.
Very nice. Yeah, stay with us, won't you please? We're having a good time, but we're doing important things, but we need your help. So join us right now, won't you? wordfm.com.
101.5 WORD. Pittsburgh's favorite Christian music is here on the weekend.
With the best new music. New music from Dan Bremnes, Hold You Tight. Good Lord from David Leonard. And Hold Me from Pittsburgh's own Vanessa Campagna. Celebrating 20 years of bringing Pittsburgh's favorites and the best new music.
101.5 WORD on the weekend.
Trish heard one of our radio ads recently and gave us a yell. Ryan, she said, I keep hearing that mortgage interest rates are annoyingly up, but I'll keep it real. I'm struggling with bills, I haven't taken a vacation in years, and my back patio looks like Godzilla visited. And then, I keep hearing how much home values have gone up. Would it be wrong to pull that new cash out of my home to use for this stuff? It's Ryan from United Faith Mortgage. And yes, rates are annoyingly up. And so for some, it could be wrong to do a cash out refinance. But for others, the recent home value rush is still a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Trish eliminated her credit card debt, turned the backyard into an oasis, and kept some money back for a vacation and rainy days. And her plan is, when these annoying rates settle back down, she'll refinance then to lower the rate. If you're curious what a cash-out refinance would look like for you,
we are United Faith Mortgage.
United Mortgage Corp, Melville, New York. NMLS number 1330. Pennsylvania Department of Banking and Securities. Mortgage lender license 22672.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
Celebrate fall during Community Market Days at Bednar's Farm and Greenhouse. Every Saturday from 11 to 3, Bednar's has plenty to enjoy, including local goods and vendors, a food truck, live music, wine tastings, cooking and gardening workshops, DIY and kids activities, plus everything you need for your fall gardening and decor, with fresh-cut pumpkins, gourds, corn stalks, mums, and lots more. Community Market Days, every Saturday at Bednar's Farm and Greenhouse in McDonald. Visit bednarsgreenhouse.com.
Very nice indeed.
Is it very nice? Because it's a Thursday. We're so happy you're with us on the ride home. Aww. Our good friend Scott Wilder with us from Dallas, Texas. We're all together because we're united in one cause, and that is providing free ultrasounds for young women who find themselves unexpectedly pregnant. I was not unexpectedly pregnant. I was very, very much hoping to be pregnant, and still, when I went to the ultrasound, I got up off the table with weak knees.
Were you shaky? Really?
Yes.
Nervous?
Yes, because it's just so. I mean, I had work. I was like career girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was heavily invested in that, and all of a sudden, it was like everything was changing. I felt like gears shifted. I was pointed in a different direction, and all the confidence I had having my career was.
Oh, yeah. You're not going anywhere.
Completely invisible. It was invisible
home.
Because now all of a sudden I'm looking at myself in this new quote unquote career. I have no confidence. I have no experience. I have nothing to offer. Anyway, it was a totally overwhelming experience.
And you had a big support network as well.
I had a wonderful husband. I had 2 wonderful parents who lived close by. I had a sister who had children. I had everything you could possibly need in life, and I was still that freaked out.
Okay, so we're talking about women who are the opposite of that many times.
And many times. But I'm going to play a testimony of a woman I think you could relate very much to.
All right, I'm ready.
She's saying, first let me thank Thomas in 84, said I want to save a couple of babies. Thanks for that. Calling 833-850-2229 or online. You do it there too, online at wordfm.com. Cynthia in Elwood City, $50. Thanks so much. And we're in our last 12 minutes. But listen to the impact you're going to make. 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com.
Before I got married, I was on a full scholarship at George Mason University for lacrosse. I was also on Team Canada playing for the World Cup team. And so I had all these dreams and hopes of pursuing professionally as a lacrosse player, then developing into a Division I coach. And I already had my whole route planned out. So we got married. My husband was on board and my #1 cheerleader saying, yeah, that's awesome. And then we got married and found out I was pregnant with Ethan 4 months after we were married. And when I found out I was pregnant, I was devastated. And it was crazy because I was a new believer. I'm like, this is my body. I don't think we're ready for a kid. We'll just have an abortion. And it came out just that simple. I was just like, yeah, we'll just have an abortion. It'll be fine. And I'll just go on my route that I already had planned. And my husband, he is a strong Christian man, was like, no, you just got saved. So I was like, what? No, I have a plan. This is what I'm going to do. And I remember in the apartment, we were living in Rosemary Ridge apartment, sitting in the bathroom, just crying my eyes out, thinking what am I gonna do? And I just remember almost like a slap in the face, suck it up. And it was God saying you have to have faith in me. I will take care of you. This is what I have planned. I already have your life planned out. This is what I have planned. Trust in me. And I just stood up, not stood up, but I just was like, oh, okay. Let's do this. They were never judging. They're always there, open arm, welcoming you. And of course, there are two saying this is your decision. This is you. We're just here to support you and just educate you. And it was really cool not to be pressured. You better keep this baby or you're going to someplace you don't want to go. And it was really reassuring to know that, again, no matter what I decided, they were there. They just wanted to obviously help guide me and show me what was available. And ended up having Ethan March 25th, 2011, and He was amazing. He was perfect.
So today, would you join us in providing ultrasound? So many have already. Lynn, thank you, in Canonsburg, said I want to do it. So thanks very much. Janet in Salem, Ohio. So I want to do it too. And we're saving babies by providing ultrasounds. Easy to do. It's ours to do. If we don't do it, it's not going to be done. I really believe that. What we mourn, the world toasts, right? They toast, lift a glass. Hey, good for you. Hashtag
shout your abortion.
Shout your abortion.
Shout your abortion.
So they were sold out to the lie that sometimes we are to the truth. And so we want to be sold out to the truth. And it doesn't mean you have to be rude. Doesn't mean you have to be loud. You can be reasonably proud that you were attached to the truth. Proud in that sense. And provide the truth to a girl who needs it even more than you do. And especially, if you've been through this before and you made a decision that you would have made differently if you just had, had somebody love you enough to provide the truth, you have to understand maybe more than anybody else the value of that ultrasound. There's a girl right now finding out she's pregnant, and whatever decision she makes in the next couple of weeks, that's going to be her memory for the rest of her life for this time of year. And so would you join us and make sure that decision is an informed choice, that she has the truth as she makes that decision, and call the number. But it's our last day together. My last day with you. We have 10 minutes left, less than 10 minutes. 833-850-2229 or online at wordfm.com. Yeah, you can still go online after the show's over. You can go to the phone after the show's over. I always want to thank you by first name and by city, and just be able to celebrate. Hey, look what we did again this year as a Word FM family tradition, saving babies by providing ultrasounds. 833-850-2229.
I only had 2 kids, and my first daughter, my labor was very, very long. And so it took her, I was in active labor for about 22 hours.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Now, and did I mention the fact that she was 3 weeks late, past her due date?
Oh, my.
Okay.
That's
now,
a big girl.
So then my second daughter comes. I'm in active labor with my second daughter for 50 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, that included me watching the figure skating finals in the Winter Olympics. My husband dragging me out to the car because I was like, I don't really think we need to go that, and almost having her in the Saturn.
No way.
Okay, so 2 completely different experiences. Okay, here's what my husband and I get such a kick out of. They're so much like that. Their personalities.
Really?
Oh, really?
They're so much like
22-hour girl.
They are so much like that. I have a daughter who's very deliberate, and she thinks about a lot of things, and she takes her time, and she likes time to herself so that she can contemplate it. And I have a daughter who's like ready to go.
Right then.
All the time.
How funny.
They were the same when they were in utero as they are now when they're in their 20s, because they're the same people. It's never a clump of cells.
They're unique. They're
it's
handmade.
a unique, beautiful, God says, I knew you when I was knitting you together in your mother's womb. I knew
the truth.
You. Yes. Actually, he says, I misquoted it. I knew you before. I knit you together in your mother's womb.
And so that's what we're doing here today. We're just telling the truth and giving women an opportunity. I mean, the overriding factor, of course, always, the big dog in the room is Planned Parenthood. This preborn and the abortion centers, I mean, just giving people a choice. Let a women know that it's a baby. 833-850-2229. Time's going away. Jump on this while you can, please. WordFM.com as well.
Hi, I'm Al Abaroa, founder of Knight Strategic Wealth. Inflation is a problem, markets are volatile, and the risk of running out of money in retirement is real. That's why I love annuities, and you should too. Your financial advisor doesn't want you to know that with our annuity strategy, when the stock market goes up, you earn a market-linked return that locks in every year, and when the stock market goes down, your annuity won't lose a dime. There are no unnecessary fees, and it works for your investments, money at a brokerage firm, or even money at a bank. It's simple, it's safe, and you should only invest if you learn the facts, and that's why savvy investors work with us. Want to learn more? Text FREE to 833-898-0500 and we'll send our retirement readiness kit directly to your phone right now. If you want to use safe, low-fee annuities to build a retirement portfolio that will go up with the market and never lose money, get our retirement readiness kit today and see how this strategy can help secure your future. Text FREE to 833-898-0500. Text FREE to 833-898-0500.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you can get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare. And that's MediShare. You get both. The typical family saves $500 a month switching to MediShare. And that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. It's because MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge PPO network, so yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. If you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number you need. Call 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
Bachman's Roofing and Solar is your local award-winning roofer. Stop waiting. It's time to inspect your roof and protect your home's #1 asset. With no interest and no payment financing for 12 months, Bachman's Roofing is your easy choice for roofing, gutters, and solar. Did you know Bachman's Roofing is one of the #1 GAF solar integrated roofing installers in the USA? Go with Bachman's. Go with solar and install the roof that pays for itself. Call 412-744-8390 or visit bachmansroofing.com.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Ask Alexa to play the word Pittsburgh to hear us there. We're on your Google speaker too, plus iHeart, TuneIn, and on Odyssey. 101.5 WORD FM, Pittsburgh.
We always enjoy, and I mean this, we always enjoy Scott Wilder with us. I mean, he brings it. He's entertaining. He's insightful. Lots of wisdom here. You're the man, Scott. So thanks a lot. We dig Preborn and you.
And let me just say, imagine if people could just be here during the breaks. They could really be here during the off-air stuff. That would even
it would be
more
we're
exciting.
The same
people. No, I know that, but we're relaxed, so very relaxed.
Yeah. And
let me thank.
I dare say we are funny.
Yeah, I think sometimes you have funny things you say. Janet in Salem, Ohio. Thank you
so much.
And Kevin in Fredericktown, PA.
Thank you, Kevin.
$84. We still always have 3 minutes left or so.
There's still time.
Thank you for the kind words. I mean, I really,
truth.
I really do. We love being here. Lauren sends her love and chastised me, by the way. Can I just say that?
She did.
I got chastised in texting for my Lord Fauntleroy.
Stick it up for me.
Yes. She said, you know what she said? So rude.
Oh,
I said, no, I didn't know what you're talking about. I said, what was rude?
Wasn't
I
intended
didn't
to
mean
be
it like
rude,
that.
right?
I was saying you're a handsome lad, and you're like a little dapper lad.
But don't you love that about Lauren? That she's
Stick it up for me.
coming to the defense of John Hall.
Well, I guess, except
I appreciate it.
It's at your expense, but sorry.
I mean, I've never been called Lord Fauntleroy
Well,
before,
I just
but you know,
meant you're to the manor born. You have,
to the manor born. I grew up in Swissvale. To the manor born.
The 7 kids with 1 bathroom.
Yeah, to the manor born. I'm out there in the yard peeing. To the manor born. Don't tell me about it, my friend. Okay, if you live my life, you know there's no manor.
Let me just turn to the camera now. This is what I mean when I'm talking about during the breaks.
Smokes.
This is what I'm talking about.
To the
in the
manor.
breaks. See, we get in this little thing. See all the. No, she just said. She said so rude. I said, no, I didn't mean rude. I really meant, I could see you as a young lad being very dapper.
I was.
Sure.
I could see you with little suspenders on. Suspenders. I use suspenders and a short pair of pants. Maybe,
and a bow tie.
Maybe pastel. Yes. I could see you with your little white socks on and maybe dark shoes.
It's like
see, that's not
the Easter family picture.
It's
what it is.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it was. My mother, there were 7 of us. My mother was always fastidious of making sure we always looked our best.
See?
Don't walk out of that house. You represent us.
I mean it.
So
good.
we did. We look good.
All right, Lisa,
Thank you,
thanks
Grace
in
and Dawn.
Pittsburgh.
Thank you, Lisa.
$140. Thank you. And we're saving babies, but we are woefully behind. Let me just make the appeal one more time in the remaining 1 minute. We need to save about 500 babies. 100 babies is $2,800. I don't know where exactly we are. They can tell you maybe tomorrow or maybe next week.
How about the
where
machine?
we end up. The machine, if you wanted to save babies for years to come, thousands of babies, a $1,500 one-time gift. $15,000 one-time gift can save babies for the next 10 years.
For the ultrasound machine.
Ultrasound machine would be 250 ultrasounds a year.
That's so cool.
For the next 10 years. That's 2,500 ultrasounds, saving thousands of babies. And yeah, you could do that too, or maybe just do half of that. Maybe somebody else will do 7,500 if you'll do 7,500. But we're woefully behind, and we need your participation today. And this is the last day. Phone number still alive and well till midnight and beyond, and the web, of course. But it's a great pleasure to be with you, Kathy.
Always a pleasure. WordFM.com or
Scott.
right now at 833-850-2229.
We miss you, Lauren.
We do. Thanks a lot to our
Thanks
listening
to
audience.
all of our listeners.
We love you so
today,
much.
all the people who gave, and
We
all
really
of you who
do.
are thinking of doing it.
And pray. Please pray for all these women, all these babies, all the crazy politics. Life matters. It's a holy, wonderful thing, a gift from God. Good to be here, is it
The
not?
Ride Home with John and Kathy, a production of Salem Media Group.
This is Carol Platt-Liebau for townhall.com. There's a hot new trend among Democrat candidates this year. Refuse to engage your opponent. Take John Fetterman, the radical Democrat running for Pennsylvania's open Senate seat. He's agreed to a